Hello, and welcome back to Road TRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is number 816. It's another Saturday night at the movies. Tonight's category will be Disney Classics. These are the original animated classics from Disney. Definitely not the new ones. These are all pre-2000, I'm pretty sure. So think of the classic Disney VHS tapes that you grew up with. That's where all of these questions are coming from. Good luck. Question number 1. One of the first full-length animated feature films ever, and the first ever produced in the United States. What was Walt Disney Animation Studios' very first movie that was released in 1937? Their first full-length feature was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Question number 2. Based on the 1883 children's novel that was written by Carlo Collodi, what was the name for Walt Disney's second full-length animated movie that became their first animated feature to win an Oscar, winning for Best Original Song with When You Wish Upon a Star? When You Wish Upon a Star is from Pinocchio. Question number 3. One of Disney's shortest animated features, released in 1941. What was the title of the only Walt Disney classic film that has a title character that never speaks a single word during the movie? That title character is Dumbo. Question number 4. Adapted from the 1923 children's novel by Felix Salten, what was the title of the 1942 animated feature film that follows the title character and his interactions with his father, the Great Prince of the Forest, and his friends Thumper and Flower? That movie was Bambi. Question number 5. Based on the 1797 ballad poem by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, what is the name of Walt Disney's 1940 animated musical anthology that consists of 8 animated segments set to pieces of classical music? It's been a long time since I've seen that. I need to rewatch Fantasia. Question number 6. One of the less well-known of the Disney classics, released in 1945, what was the 7th Walt Disney animated feature film that marked the 10th anniversary of Donald Duck and plots an adventure through parts of Latin America, combining live action and animation? That movie was called The Three Caballeros. Question number 7. Based on both the 1820 short story The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and the 1908 children's novel The Wind in the Willows, what was the name of the 11th Disney classic that was the only Disney movie to star Basil Rathbone and Bing Crosby? The answer is The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Question number 8. A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes is one of the most popular songs that are featured in what 1950 Walt Disney animated feature film that was based on a popular fairy tale that has thousands of variants throughout the world? The answer is Cinderella. Question number 9. Originally intended to be a live-action / animated film, but eventually sticking with just animation. What was the title of the 1951 Walt Disney classic that was adapted from 2 different books by Lewis Carroll? The movie was called Alice in Wonderland. Question number 10. Based on the characters and story by J.M. Barrie, what 1953 movie became Walt Disney's 14th animated feature film and was the final film in which all the members of Disney's 9 Old Men worked together as animators? J.M. Barrie created Peter Pan. Question number 11. Based on the 1945 Cosmopolitan magazine story Happy Dan the Cynical Dog by Ward Green, what is the name of the 15th Disney animated feature film that follows an upper-middle-class American Cocker Spaniel? The answer is Lady and the Tramp. Question number 12. Known as both Aurora and Little Briar Rose throughout the film, what is the nickname of the title character of the 1959 Walt Disney classic that is based on the 1697 fairy tale by Charles Perrault? The answer is Sleeping Beauty. Question 13. Mark Davis, who was the sole animator on the main villain of what 1961 Walt Disney classic, used 3 famous actresses of the time as inspiration: Bette Davis, Rosalind Russell, and Tallulah Bankhead. Combining those 3 women, he came up with Cruella de Vil for the 101 Dalmatians. Question 14. The 18th classic in the Disney lineup, what box office successful 1963 movie was based on the revised and republished book by T.H. White called The Once and Future King? That movie was The Sword in the Stone. Question 15. Although he died before it was released to theaters, what was the title of the 19th Disney classic that was the last animated film from the company to have Walt Disney's personal touches before his death on December 15, 1966? The last one that he personally worked on, The Jungle Book. And the last film to be approved personally by Walt Disney, but the first movie to be created completely after his death, what was the title of the 20th Disney classic that follows the adventures of a high-class family of felines? That movie was called The Aristocats. Question 17. A legendary heroic outlaw originally depicted in English folklore who stole from the rich to give to the poor, What was the name of the title character from the 1973 animated feature film that was the 21st Disney classic? The answer is Robin Hood. Question 18. 13 years before the sequel was released, what was the title of the 1977 animated feature film that follows an international mouse organization headquartered in New York City that shadows the United Nations? The answer is The Rescuers. Question 19. One of the first Disney films that future director Tim Burton would work on as an animator, what was the title of the 1981 animated film that was loosely based on the 1967 novel of the same name by Daniel Mannix? In 1981, Tim Burton was an animator on The Fox and the Hound. And question 20. The 25th Disney animated feature film, it is loosely based on the first two books in the Chronicles of Prydain by Lloyd Alexander. What is the title of the 1985 Walt Disney classic that, at the time, was the most expensive animated film ever? The answer is The Black Cauldron. At the time, it was the most expensive animated film ever to make, and I don't think it did very good in the box office, and they said it came very close to bringing down the whole Disney company. So, that's the movie that almost ruined the whole thing. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of Road TRIpVIA. Check back tomorrow. Tomorrow's lightning round trivia. We got some good suggestions for that. One of them was to... the questions were shorter, but I was still given the full 8 or 9 seconds, maybe 9 or 10 seconds, to answer the question. So the questions are quicker and they're a little bit easier. So instead of giving you the full 10 seconds, we're going to shorten it down to a 5-second runoff after the question is read. So tomorrow will be another lightning round with easier questions, but you're expected to answer them quicker. So good luck with that. Here is question 21 for today, the tiebreaker for Disney Classics. The main character was named after actor Basil Rathbone, who is best remembered for playing Sherlock Holmes in film. Drawing heavily on the tradition of Sherlock Holmes, what 1986 Walt Disney movie features a heroic mouse who consciously emulates the sleuth? The name of that movie is The Great Mouse Detective. Alright, thank you for watching. Hope you're having a great weekend. Check back tomorrow for the second lightning round. See you then.